Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, is my go-to heist person, Nate.
Go-to heist person.
I don't know where I was going with that.
You're not the sweet talker in the heist group. That's for sure.
No.
Wow. Okay.
No, I'm the dude that gets sacrificed to the
okay. Well, my quote is, within these walls, the rules are clear.
Okay. Yeah.
Very serious stuff going on. So get ready for that excitement.
That's right. And of course, this movie has a queen, if you will, and we have our own queen of unsuspecting victims, Lisa.
How do I get replaced by Tig Notaro?
I don't know.
Harassing underage people. Problem solved.
Maybe don't go that route. Just have Tig's people call us. Maybe we'll just do that.
All right.
Well, look, welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victim, who's usually someone we wouldn't consider a horror fan. Look, it's brand new movies. It's always difficult to get folks to tune into some of these. So this month is really going to be just us three riding the waves with these new features. And man, we got some good ones. Look, Army of the Dead is this week's movie feature. Came out on Netflix. So you didn't even have to go to a movie theater if you're still not comfortable with it.
It played in select movie theaters also, if you really wanted to.
Do not need to go see it in theater. This is one that you can happily enjoy.
Enjoy it from your couch.
Enjoy it from your couch. Like we've got our viewing set up behind us. You obviously can't see the front where we have the TV and the whole theater stuff, but this is where Lisa and I watch these movies. And you just get some popcorn, you get the snacks you want, you get some beers because you can't get that at too many theaters for specialty ones, and then you get your little special friend. He sits there and watches it with you. So this is super. Is making his appearance on the podcast as I get him closer. Basements are so much better. That's right, SuperNate. Except you're wrong. But whenever you see Nate, because I haven't been able to see, I don't get to see movies with you anymore. I've gotten so. Wow. Yeah. So thanks to one of our unsuspecting victims who got that for us. That is,
I am the unsuspecting victim. What happened to me?
What I love about that gift is that not only is it creepy, but it's, I think, an invasion of your privacy. I don't know
what I'm saying.
Where did this picture? What is this picture even coming from, Nate? Go on our YouTube. If you're just listening, please go to our YouTube and look at whatever this face is. Please email us at TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com. What is this face saying? What is this face watching? Is this a human centipede face? What is this? Something's
could be a zombie face.
Nate is not enjoying what's happening. What if I just held him here the whole podcast? It's just you having a conversation with yourself the whole time.
It looks like when you would play GoldenEye on N64.
It does.
Like get really close to someone's face.
It does.
That's what it looks like.
Oh man. Well, look, this is a Zack Snyder film, so of course we got the superhero Nate being represented here.
Please watch the YouTube or don't. To be fair,
what if? Look, listeners, if you want a SuperNate, you have to do something. We have to do something real special to get a SuperNate. I also don't know if we want to send out a whole lot of SuperNates. There seems to be a lot of liability around it. All right, well,
I have a feeling they might not get used.
SuperNate went flying behind me now. Yeah. All right. Well, look, that was something. We are going to get into this movie. Real quick on a little bit of news. Nate, have you seen the new trailer for Old? M. Night Shyamalan's new movie. I know you are.
Watch trailers.
Oh, I don't know, man. This one's creepy. And the good, I mean,
M. Night Shyamalan Old. I mean, it sounds great. I'm already in. I don't need to see.
I know. Well, I know we didn't do May Night Shyamalan this year, but could there be a month Night Shyamalan? Who knows?
It could be an M November Shyamalan.
Ooh,
could be anything.
Is that a teaser? Who knows? So that one's a new one coming out. I thought you'd be all over that. I just didn't know if you had seen trailers or heard of it. Lisa, you remember seeing the trailer during the Super Bowl, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thrilled. Looking forward to that one? Not really? Yes, no?
We'll see.
We'll see. It looks.
Okay, so I said I don't watch trailers, but I did watch a trailer. Actually, I take that back. I watched one recently.
My God. What's trailer?
Last Night in Soho from Edgar Wright.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, we saw that trailer yesterday.
60s, check. Anya Taylor-Joy, check. Looks Giallo-esque, check. That's all you need. All those three things.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the whole trailer. I saw part of it. I'm like, yes, this is it. And
I think before that happens, Lisa, you're gonna need to watch Suspiria. So you can, I think, definitely appreciate.
Oh my God,
let's
do it.
Yeah,
Giallo month.
No.
I got a lot of Giallo films right in this section.
Yeah. Well, I think you'll appreciate what they're going for. I think it'll make it more meaningful for you.
Yes,
but yeah, it looks great. I mean, yeah, anything Anya Taylor-Joy is in is practically gold at this point. Can't think of
that's all you need.
Yeah, that's your.
She's in the New Mutants, so let's just skip that one. But then everything else,
we haven't gotten to it yet. I know she's in Peaky Blinders, so we'll eventually get to that. But
I'm okay with that.
For the unsuspecting victims looking for like a non-horror recommendation from us, Peaky Blinders.
I've been watching 1950s Japanese movies. If you need some recommendations for those,
no one needs a recommendation for that.
Harakiri is the jam. If you need a recommendation, Mitch.
Oh my God! Well, there you go. For
that's
those
a double feature: Peaky Blinders and Harakiri.
For the two of you that asked for a 50s Japanese recommendation. All right, look, we got a lot to talk into. Again, it's a new movie month. We're not going to get into spoilers until a specific part of the episode. So you're safe until we tell you you're no longer safe from spoilers. That said. It's a zombie movie. It's not. You'll be fine. Like I don't think anything groundbreaking. We're not in M. Night Shyamalan territory. That said, though, let's get into a quick debate question.
Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full foul in his fury. Black waves teeming with salt foam. To smother this young mouth with pungent slime.
One day I'm going to change that drop, and Lisa's going to be so thrilled. And then the immediate next episode, I'm going to go back to that drop.
Oh, you're gonna lighthouse roller.
Yeah,
you're gonna Willem roll.
Yeah, like the
awesome.
like that diner joke from John Mulaney. Okay, so. I mean, the big question, so Zack Snyder, I think, remind me that you probably already know this. The movie, when he did the remake of Dawn of the Dead, that was before he did 300 and Sin City, correct. Right?
2004.
Yeah.
He did not do Sin City.
Not Sin City. Sorry. He did, there was one other one that he did.
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch. Thank you. I knew it had the S name. But was thinking about Sin City. Anyway, I guess he has a very specific take on zombie films. George Romero hated his remake because it no longer was a horror movie. It really turned into an action movie. And I guess my question is, and there may be other debate questions, but y'all have too, but my debate question is, do y'all feel that this movie was really more of an action or a horror film?
I think the Dawn of the Dead remake he did in 2004 was both. This one is just more action. This one has almost no horror elements to it at all. Minimal horror elements.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think, Lisa? Any scares in this one?
I mean, the problem is every zombie movie turns into kind of an action movie because what are you going to do? That's the whole point of the movie is to fight off zombies and shoot them, stab them, kill them. So I don't know. I think that's kind of a catch-22.
28 days later, Cillian Murphy is just running from zombies. He's not really fighting.
Yeah.
Oh.
That I think makes it a little scary. If you got like a million people with like huge people with guns, you can do it scarier, like Aliens, right? So that's action and horror, right? Because it's kind of claustrophobic and they're outnumbered and they're like huge beefy people who then were getting scared, which kind of makes you scared a little bit. So it's possible. This movie does not do that.
The early
this is what you
This one is more like a slasher to me than something spooky, but
yeah, I mean the early Romero films, they don't have. I mean, they're a lot more based on like the same kind of survival horror games, right? There's limited ammo, there's limited guns, and they are usually in one location for the majority of the film because they can't move around very easily. This one is like, it's like Rambo Predator meets with zombies in it, right? It's
with a zombie tiger.
Yes, a zombie tiger, a zombie horse.
Tiger. We're great.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, this one almost had a little bit more of a sci-fi feel more than it really did a horror feel. Zombies are. We'll get into it. But the zombies are kind of like not zombies.
I'm not sure. I had to look up some stuff.
Yeah, like so why I bring it up because Zack Snyder, I think one of the things that he really changed was the fast zombie, right? Because I think his remake came before or right after. Was it right before or right after 28 Days Later?
20 Days Later was 2002, so this is 2 years after his remake.
Yeah, so I mean, there weren't really fast zombies that I recall up until his remake.
20 Days Later was 2 years before, but yes.
Oh, that's what I was just asking you. Was it?
That's what I said. 2002. This one was 2004.
The remake was 2004.
Yes. And 20 Days Later was 2002.
Then I misunderstood what you're saying. Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. For some reason I thought I was like, oh, okay. Well, then that makes my point makes sense. So I'm just gonna delete. I'm just gonna delete all this. It's just gonna be redacted. No. Yeah. So I mean, but still, even then, relatively little running zombies. But I mean, certainly, I think it's probably more. Would you say that was more mainstream viewed than 28 Days Later?
I would say so. Yeah. I would say it was a bigger film. Yeah.
So
I had the name recognition too. So
yeah. So I mean, I think, and it's certainly one of his earlier films. I think it sort of helped establish his style. The problem now is with fast zombies. There's none of that like impending dread. I guess
don't
maybe.
Don't worry, Mitch, because this movie has mostly slow zombies with like occasional fast zombie.
Yeah.
So he heard all of your complaints and he made most of them slow. So can't fault it. Perfect movie.
Now let me ask you this, because this isn't necessarily this specific movie, but with this movie, we see more of we kind of started noticing the smart zombie, which has been a little bit more frequent in zombie films. We've seen them in some that have been like little rom-com zombie ones, like the one where like the dude's dead, but he's like not trying to kill the girl. There's also the one where no, I was gonna say Aubrey Plaza, but she ends up being
Life After Beth.
Life After Beth. It's a great movie.
Classic.
Yeah, so you went from having the transition. You had slow zombies, but just a shit ton of them. Then you had a lot of fast zombies, and then starting with Land of the Dead, which was Romero, you had smart zombies. They were starting to at least have some sort of basic. This is just like you have like Superman zombie in here. I'm curious. I mean, does that take it out of you for a zombie film? Are you okay with seeing those different types of zombies, or are you a tradition? I'm curious. Are you a traditionalist? Is it slow and steady, and that's it, or are you okay with the varying different types of zombies?
I'll let Lisa go first. Do you have a preference? I've never heard you talk.
It's fine. I mean, the thing that annoyed me the most is they didn't explain anything. Like,
because they
where did this super zombie come? Yeah, but I was trying to think back. Did this come from a previous movie?
No, this is the beginning.
Yeah,
and then there's going to be like a prequel movie and an animated prequel movie.
Oh, really?
There's already 2 movies. Oh, yeah.
Oh, and they're both prequels?
Okay.
Great.
They're both prequels. And then they're probably going to see how well those do and then get a sequel. That's the plan. It's like a 4-movie start. So there's a lot of stuff you're not going to see until who knows when.
All right. So he's like, it's slow burn. We'll explain in the prequel.
And by slow burn, you mean it's 2.5 hours for no reason. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine, I guess. I don't know. It kind of annoyed me because it's very much like, I don't know. It didn't feel like a zombie movie necessarily with all this because she goes, there's rules. As long as you respect their, society, then it's fine. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm so confused.
I would say I kind of liked that the zombies were smarter in some ways because that hasn't really been done as much. And the last one I remember I dragging my my then girlfriend to sing Land of the Dead with me. That was not well liked, but she kept going to movies with me, so it worked out. But I mean, at the end, like the one learns how to use a gun.
Right.
It's like, all right, zombies are using guns now, but it was very rudimentary. But it showed that the zombies maybe had capacity to learn. And this one, they have like a whole kind of society, right? That Lisa, like you were mentioning, that where they were like, hey, if you give us a sacrifice, we won't mess with you. So it was almost like the zombies were almost peaceful in a way.
They got smart, but they didn't get smart enough to realize they were going to get nuked. So I don't know.
Wow. That's true. I don't know. So, I mean, I like slow zombies and I like fast zombies. So let me set the record straight there. I just like when they're done well. In this one, I'm not sure either of them are done well, but it's interesting at least that they had a hierarchy. There's essentially 3 tiers of zombies in this one. Which I've never seen, and I don't think anyone's ever really done 2 zombie tiers, really, in a big movie that I can remember.
Yeah,
I'm not a huge zombie person, but there's like 3 tiers. Zombies can impregnate each other. There's all kinds of shit going on. So that was
okay. Don't get me started on that.
That was interesting, but like all Zack Snyder movies, except for I don't know, Watchmen maybe and Dawn of the Dead. Which were existing properties that he got to kind of adapt instead of make his own story. The premise is always amazing, and the execution leaves a little bit to be desired for me, anyway.
No,
what about you, Mitch?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
shambles.
I'm mostly a traditionalist because I think what's scary about zombies to me, and why I used to love zombie movies and zombie stuff is, again, the horror is the impending dread of it, right? They just don't stop. It's just relentless. There's it's a very bleak, nihilistic sort of view versus like, most horror films, there's a single slasher and maybe you can overcome that. There's a single vampire, maybe you can overcome that. There's some single entity. That's not what this is. This is supposed to represent disease and famine and all these sort of like effectively the apocalyptic type of times. And that's why it's supposed to have that sort of hopeless, terrifying feel to it, that no matter how much you persevere over this, it never stops. When they start just running, it's a different kind of horror movie, and it's not bad. I mean, you're absolutely right. Done well, it's great.
The individual zombies, I think, are fast. Like the fast zombies individually are more scary.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, a big horde running at you is scary, but then it's it
not
could be
really running if they're it's more it's impending doom versus like more adrenaline coming at you.
Right.
Scare. It's a different type.
Well, exactly. And so to me, once you get away from the shambling kind of zombies and everything, it's not really a zombie film anymore to me. It's something else. Not that it's bad, but it's just I just don't think of it as a zombie film. I think of it as I mean, I kind of agree with Romero. It's more of a horror action. It's just like Predator. I love Predator. I'm not knocking horror action movies. Those are just fine, but they're just, to me, they're just totally different things. And so I almost have to
I think it was
treat them differently.
Done better in Train to Busan, which we also did for the show. Because they had fast zombies too, but I don't know. It just felt, you felt more tension there than here. To me.
Yeah, it was this one is more expansive, right? So you have more places to go. They do finally kind of get you in the building in this one. But in Train to Busan, you're on a train.
You're on a train. You've got to balance that, just expansive like superpower, right? Like if they're just gonna run, you've got to shrink the world down to really make you.
Don't worry, Lisa. In the sequel to Train to Busan, they totally ruined it. So.
No, we haven't watched it.
Yeah, Peninsula. I do not care for that one at all. It's more actiony, very melodramatically terrible, like soap opera. It was real bad.
That's how we feel about the sequel.
Sucks.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Well, look, we need to do a quick. Let us know what your favorite type of zombie is. You can let us know at TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com. TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre everywhere else. Give us a call on our voicemail, and you can talk to me, you can talk to Lisa, you can talk to Nate, you can talk to SuperNate. I'll bring him back.
The classic Zack Snyder movie, Mitchman versus SuperNate.
Mitchman versus SuperNate.
Mitchman versus SuperNate.
Give us a call
with Lisa Lane.
Oh my God. 346-246-3143. Give us a call on our hotline. We'll listen to them all and then select ones we will put on the show and actually address live. But we will at least respond. If we don't, play it live, we'll try to at least respond or do what we can to get a hold of whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. So, that said, let's get into this week's movie of the week, Army of the Dead.
You ready to play? There's $200 million in the vault beneath the strip, with a 32-hour window to get it out. Find the safe. This should be a simple in and out.
It's not too late to go back.
I mean, that's all you really need. That's all you really need of the plot. I mean, they made a 3-minute trailer of this. Trailers need to stop being so long. And
look, I get it. You can refurnish every old song that's ever existed into some creepy horror movie. We get it.
Yeah.
Look, stop covering 70s songs. Stop it. I don't like it.
Take a page from the new Dexter trailers and teasers they're doing. Not doing much. It's just they got Dexter walking around. Everyone's calling him by a different name. He sees a knife. That's all you need. Done. Nothing else you need to it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, these trailers need to know when to fold them, I think.
Yes.
On this one.
And that's the thing too, right? Like it's zombie films. We don't need a whole lot of just tell you what I need. Oh, here's a zombie film with Batista. Great.
Lisa, if I told you this was a Fast and the Furious spinoff, would you question it?
No.
Like Fast.
That's another trailer
zombies.
We saw. That's another trailer we just saw is Fast and the Furious 20. So.
Okay, well, what's the Roman numeral for Z? Because it's Fast Z, and it'd be zombies, and it'd be get ready for it. Dave Bautista could be right in between The Rock and Vin Diesel, no problem. Actually, he's probably huger than both of them. He's pretty huge.
Dude, he is massive. Yeah, he's
massive. He's probably, I think he's bigger than both of them actually. But wow, that'd be quite a. Can you imagine a 3-way fight in the Fast and the Furious movie with those three guys? Like all the buildings would just be breaking around them and they'd be totally fine. It would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, Nate, Lisa, first off, what is this movie about?
This movie is about overrun city of Las Vegas, and some people decide that they're going to go get some money, and there's a lot of really dumb things that they did for tear jerkers that really annoyed me.
Yeah. Or as the animated prequel movie calls it, Lost Vegas.
Oh my gosh.
That's so bad. Oh, it's bad. Okay, I'll get into this one, Mitch. This came out May 14th, 2021 at a non-tight 143 minutes. Non-tight. Man, this movie could really have been shorter. The budget was $90 million. So far, it's made $1 million in the box office and very limited theater run. And of course, it is streaming on Netflix. This is a Zack Snyder joint. We haven't done any Zack Snyder movies before, which is interesting. But he did. He's most well known for his 1992 music video, "Somebody to Shove" by Soul Asylum. Got to get into the music videos every time. He did a Morrissey music video for Tomorrow, same year. Rod Stewart, Leave Virginia Alone, 1995. Rod Stewart on the downslope there. Another Morrissey song, Oye Esteban. So Morrissey was doing some Spanish action there. Love it. Then after that, his first movie was Dawn of the Dead, the remake. It did insanely well.
Yep.
He went on to do 300. And then probably his best thing for Mitch, My Chemical Romance's Desolation Row music video. So that's great. He did The Watchmen, and then one of the strangest turns ever. So he's done Dawn of the Dead, 300, Watchmen. You're like, what movie should I do next? Legend of the Guardians, The Owls of Ga'Hoole. That's right.
What?
No, thank you.
When a young owl is abducted by an evil owl army, he must escape with newfound friends and seek the legendary guardians to stop the menace. This is an animated owl-based movie. So that's what he did after that.
Do we need to get unsuspecting victim Taylor, our resident ornithologist?
It's owl time. Yeah.
Owl time? Let's not make that a thing.
It's owl o'clock.
Oh,
I will be back.
Boo. I need a boo drop. Anyway.
Then he did Sucker Punch, a movie that I think my friend punched me in the shoulder after we saw it. He's like, this was so terrible. Then he did all the superhero movies. This movie came out in 2021, obviously the year we're in, although time still doesn't seem like it's actually happening. Sucker Punch was his last non-superhero movie. Since then, Man of Steel, Mitchman vs. SuperNate, Dawn of Justice, The Justice League, another version of Justice League, even though he already did the other version. So yeah, there's that. And then he's already one of the directors on the Army of the Dead Las Vegas TV series, animated, coming out on Netflix. And there's already an Army of the what is it? Hold on. The movie is called, I need to make sure I get this right, because I know I don't want to mess up the colons or anything and then Mitch give me crap. It's Army of Thieves. So it's not Army of the Dead, Army of Thieves. It's just Army of Thieves, which features the German Safecracker guy.
Okay.
So I believe he is in that one, which was one of the better characters. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, anyway, this is already part of an Army of the Deadiverse, whatever you want to call it, is already there. Tagline for this movie: survivors take all. Not terrible. And always bet on dead. That is a really good tagline.
Yeah.
No,
I like it.
Mitch. I was expecting a rise. I was like, at least At least a chuckle.
Yeah, but no, I'd heard it already though. I knew that that was very heavily advertised.
You did the equivalent of like say instead of laughing, you said that's funny. Like,
That's funny.
Just a little more I was looking for. But yeah, Always Bet on Dead is really good. That tagline is great. That's one of the better taglines. So yeah, the movie is supposed to come out again. It got delayed. It was supposed to come out before. One of the reasons it got delayed is because they had to remove one of the main cast of characters, Chris D'Elia, the comedian, and replace him with Tig Notaro. And in the scenes that they replaced, which is all of them that Tig is in, she only got to act with one of the other characters. It is a little janky because it is clearly not together. Kind of like, I don't know if you've ever seen, man, we're talking about Fast and the Furious a lot today, but when The Rock, Vin Diesel, like what you shoot scenes with The Rock.
Yeah.
It's like they're at the same table, but they have to film it in a weird way where like you see like some like stunt doubles, like huge, like Vin Diesel hand.
Yeah.
Wait,
like,
they what?
like
they
on the table.
Yeah.
They
they
said
hate
they
each other.
didn't want to flip.
They hate each other.
Wow.
They're never actually shot together in any of these movies anymore. They're always separate. And even when they're supposed to be together, they shot it, like in the reverse, like, the camera angle. And then you're supposed to see like the silhouette of the person, but you never actually see them. That's because it's not them. It's some sort of double person. It reminded me of that. And I was like, wow, they're clearly not together. But Tig is hilarious. So it wasn't a bad casting at all.
She did an amazing job considering she didn't get to act with anybody.
Yeah, she did.
Should have gotten her to begin with.
Yeah, I hope they can use her in this huge cinematic universe with like 100 prequel movies. I'm hoping she gets some or maybe in the animated one. I think she might be in that one. But yeah, it's so there's that. So that cost millions of dollars to reshoot apparently, and then made it take place a little later. But everything was getting postponed anyway. So I mean, I don't think it really hurt it at all. The Snyder Cut is in this movie. There are right outside the vault, there is 5 film canisters representing the 5 different segments of the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut is unescapable. Every movie that Zack Snyder does is going to reference the Snyder Cut. So there's that. The movie was written about 10 years ago. So he's had this one kicking around for a while, but he was too busy doing the Batmans and the Robinses and, well, actually no Robins, but Supermans and whatnot. Dave Bautista had a choice: Suicide Squad or this movie, and he chose this movie. What do you guys think about that? I don't know.
Who would he have been in Suicide Squad?
I don't know. He'd have been some. Maybe John Cena replaced him, which would be hilarious. Actually, the wrestler connection. That actually would have been hilarious.
Get him, The Rock, and Cena all together.
That could be good too. I don't know, but yeah, it's Zack Snyder's all over this one. He storyboarded the film, had the idea for the story. He did all kinds of stuff for this one. Obviously, didn't directly do everything himself, but this is more of his baby. So, and then his second zombie movie, obviously after Dawn of the Dead. So, so this is a Zack Snyder film, for better or worse. That's what you get. The main actor is Dave Bautista. Everyone probably knows him as Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He had a very small, awesome part in Blade Runner 2049, which I highly recommend as a movie. He's going to be in the Dune movie coming out this year as Beast, which is a great move for him. I love Dune. He's going to be in Knives Out 2. So that's awesome. He's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Obviously, I think that's the last one he'll be in.
Yeah.
He's been in a good amount of stuff. Looks like he's still wrestling occasionally, Mitch. So
no, he retired.
I saw him in something in a WWE Survivor Series 2020 TV special.
That was his retirement match. He fought Triple H. Was it in 2020? No. What was it?
Who won?
He lost.
It's 2020 here. Oh.
His last match was against Triple H.
Oh, hey, I'm about to retire, but if I lose this match, I have to retire. Oh, I lost. Well,
but that's how it works in wrestling. Typically, when you retire, it's called do the job, and you are putting someone over on your way out. That's tradition. So usually, someone who's retiring typically loses because the point is the person that beats him gets the rub of beating them and ending the career.
You're saying words like rub that they're normal. That's not a normal. What is that? You just rub job. You're saying rub and job a lot. I don't know if I care for where this is going.
Look, I'm pulling the curtain back for you. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Vin Diesel a lot, Dave Bautista, one of his earlier roles was in Riddick, the third Riddick movie. Yeah. He had been in a couple things, mainly wrestling. That was kind of one of his first actual movies. Of course, he was in Mitch's favorite movie, Scorpion King 3, Battle for Redemption. That's right.
Well,
there's a Scorpion
Why was
King
there 3 of them?
I don't know. But they got Dave Bautista in that one. They got Ron Perlman for like 3 seconds. So there were people in it. He was the main character. So there you go.
All right. I don't know. It's always interesting to go back and see like the movies wrestlers had to break out to, like The Rock coming into Scorpion King. That was his like early first, and it's like
and Dave Bautista taking over the Scorpion King mantle.
Whereas John Cena started with the Marine.
I saw Scorpion King in the movie theater. I saw Scorpion King in the movie theater, and I think I might have told a story already, but I don't care. There's a whole big buildup. It's kind of like a stealth scene. And then the first line that The Rock says is "boo," and I was like, "Oh no, oh no!"
Is that when your girlfriend at the time broke up with you because she finally had enough of you taking her to these movies? She's like, you know what? I
don't know. I took people to a lot of bad movies. I remember taking my now wife to go see Semi Pro for like, was it Valentine's Day or soon after? The Will Ferrell basketball movie. Took another girlfriend to go see The Ring 2. I think that was right around February for Valentine's also, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, as one does.
Yeah. So yeah, there's.
All right. So what about any of these other people? Anyone else you want to talk about?
I don't care. There's 1,000 people in this movie, so no, I don't.
That's fine. I think we hit the big ones. Yeah. I mean, okay. So, Lisa, overall thoughts for you. I'm curious. What did you think?
Oh, man. So here's the deal. I started off liking it. Okay. I like Bautista. I liked the cast of characters. It was fine. It was really... It was the whole society that the zombies had made that kind of annoyed me. It was, I guess it's not done for no reason, a few of the deaths and stuff because of these prequels. Because right off the bat, I mean, are we in spoilers? Can I say
we're
stuff?
not spoilers.
I mean,
not spoilers yet.
Yeah,
this happens in the first 2 minutes of the movie, though. There's people that die very early on for no reason, and you don't really
in the classic Zack Snyder zombie montage thing. Yeah,
dude. Yeah. The montage. I mean, it's a Zack Snyder special, but man, the montage is probably the best movie or the best part of the movie.
But I'm assuming the montage is what the prequel is going to be about.
That's my guess, and that looks like a more interesting movie, just because. It's not like this heist stuff. I mean, I get it. Like the premise of that movie would be everyone is a badass saving people to get out of Las Vegas. So clear motive. It's not all this convoluted nonsense, clear motive. And then you just like have that zombie action movie that you want. I think that movie probably cost more money. So they didn't do it that way for this one. But I would like to see that movie more than this one probably. But again, Zack Snyder got to do the montage with some music in every movie. So
first half of the movie was fine. Then it started dragging, and then there was stuff at the end mainly around what he was trying to call, what he was like twists or whatever, that I just kept calling. I just kept looking at Mitch and being like, that's going to happen. That's going to happen. That's going to happen. So I don't know. But the end of it, I was kind of blasé.
Yep.
Yeah, this movie wasn't going to throw anything surprising at you. I don't know that it was ever intended to look that way, too. So, you know, it's an all right movie. It's entertaining. It's, you know, I mean, again, it works better as an action film than a horror for sure. I mean, if you're just wanting to see, like, this movie, I feel like is made for people who love like Call of Duty zombies.
Yeah, it kind of, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, this movie is made for people who are just like, yeah, I just want to see Batista just
God,
full on military, just like strike, counter strike, kind of just go nuts on it, right?
Yeah, this is kind of almost Left 4 Dead, also.
Yeah. I mean,
it's Dead game. That'd be amazing.
It's sort of because the story itself is dumb. I don't mind the pretense of why they're trying to go and they have the whole bank heist. That's a fine enough reason. There are people who would risk that if they were like.
The Tig thing of that was absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah. I hate my life so deeply that a few million would like change it. I'm in, all in.
Well, she's like, how much? 2 million? I'm in. You know what it is? Don't care. 2 million. I'm in.
yeah.
You had me at 2 million.
Yeah. Some of those are
hilarious.
Great.
Loved it.
Yeah. No one haggled. It was fantastic. Like no one's like, how much is everyone else's cut? No one asked that question. Love it. Yeah. Easiest group of people to work with. But yeah, I mean, this is really meant for that. If that's not your speed, then this movie, yeah, like I said, it's really gonna drag it. Especially the problem with it too is for being an action movie, it's stupid long. Like if you're gonna be this long, the story needs to support the weight of the runtime, and it does.
That's why most action movies aren't that long. That's kind of the whole point, is that you lean into the brevity to not have to make this thing fall over on itself plot wise to get to the action sets.
Yeah.
That's what most of them are that.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's several action movies that are 2 to 2.5 hours. I mean, a lot of the later James Bond movies are that way, but they also have a lot more reveals, a lot more twists and things happening that support that to some degree. There's some that do it better than others, but like Casino Royale, right? I mean, but you have more car chases, you have more things like that. There are different things you can do. This was a lot of the same type of action, which is just shooting zombies in a casino floor. There wasn't a whole lot of variance enough to change the space. So yeah, this one could have gotten shorter. And then, I mean, look, everyone wants a Snyder cut. Now they want to release the Sucker cut. Or the Snyder Punch cut. They want to release it. Yes. I just Googled it.
Who's they?
Zack Snyder. I don't know. It's not.
Everywhere.
Yeah. Zack Snyder apparently says there's an unseen director's cut of Sucker Punch.
Well, it can't be any worse than the Sucker Punch.
So like that should just be his bag. He should just like lean into releasing a underwhelming hour and 45 to 2 hour long film and then tease a 4 hour mega, monstrosity that was like, would have showcased his vision. And I mean, people would be doing it because of Justice League doing as well as it did,
Well,
I mean,
to start his own production company.
Every movie could be, better if you had more backstory and made it into like a, TV season. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could, right. I mean, you turned every movie into just like a limited series instead of a movie. Yeah, I'm sure you can get a lot more in there, right?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, I don't know if there's an extended cut on this movie because it is already long. It is already a long movie. I mean, we're talking 2 hours and 28 minutes. Whoo! How many different sections did you break this one up into? How many viewings did it take?
I think it just took 2.
Okay, just 2. That's not bad then. That's not too bad.
Wasn't too bad. It was just it's just long. Long when you have
Lisa, unsuspecting victim friendly. What would you say to that?
Kind of. It's
kind of okay.
It's fine. There's a couple of particularly gory parts. A beheading, a lot of people getting blown apart very graphically because Snyder loves to slow everything down. So you don't just explode, you explode in slow motion. So overall it's probably okay, but there is a lot of gore. So and there's a very gratuitous tiger killing scene. Which is a little bit much. I was like, let's move on here.
It was Revenant-esque for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so unsuspecting victim friendly-ish, unless you mind body explosions.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of gore, but it's not as bad as a lot of other zombie films or horror films. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, so what can we? I mean, acting wise. Anyone stand out? I think we mentioned. I think we were all raving about Tig. I thought Batista did very well in this movie. I mean, he's really come into. He's a pretty good actor.
He's good. No, I would say he is actively good in a few movies that I was mentioning. Like I said, that Blade Runner part was kind of small. He was fantastic in that part. He was in the classic movie Stuber.
Yeah.
Yes, he was great in Stuber.
He's doing his comedic stuff. He's done he was in that My Spy movie where he, is a CIA operative teaming up with a little girl to do spy stuff. He's been in the superhero stuff. He's showing the range. He's mini Rock-esque, to be honest. Now he's going to be in things like Knives Out. Knives Out 2, the Dune movie. I mean, he's kind of blown up, which is great because he's very solid.
Well, and I think he's obviously he's well suited for action films, but yeah, he makes his money too in that sort of comedy, just kind of like, I mean, he very much plays an everyman very well, even though he's clearly like,
a ginormous dude.
Like shaped out of a boulder that fell, like it doesn't even make sense. Like it's like when you got those like old like GI Joe things, like the arm, everything's like this, they just like attach it on the sockets. They don't quite fit. Yeah.
So he's like 6'4", like almost 300.
Yeah.
The Rock is 6'5". Okay.
Yep.
John Cena's only 6'1". God, what is that? Yeah.
I know, right? But yeah, because I mean, think
only.
Because Batista really, I mean, he kind of blew up with Guardians of the Galaxy, and I mean, so much of that was because of his sort of deadpan, like, I mean, it was more the comedy than anything, right? I mean, it was his deadpan sort of delivery of a lot of those lines. I mean, yeah, he's turned into a very good actor. I wasn't watching wrestling during his prime. I've had to go back and since watch his stuff, and I mean, he was a very good wrestler, very good heel. Really good when he was on TV then, but yeah, I'm in for, pretty much if he's in a movie, I'm already intrigued. At least I know he's gonna be good. Everyone else, I mean, was there anyone else that really stood out to y'all from the actors? I think, not even sure. I mean,
I'll tell you one character I did not care for. Was his daughter Kate. Wow, that was one of the more annoying characters I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Lisa, what you think about this daughter? Ooh, man.
I mean, she was fine. It was really their whole tension thing was very confusing, and I don't know. It was. They better explain that in the backstory because I'm still confused. I guess his wife. Are we in spoilers now? Can I start saying stuff?
No, we're not in spoilers.
Oh my gosh. Just get into spoilers. Just stop right here. Okay. If you haven't seen it, No. I'm going to say it. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Go pause it. Watch it right now. Come on back. Okay. Because I got to talk about some stuff.
Lisa says,
"Get out of here, witch!"
All right, we're in spoiler section because Lisa
thank God.
Can't be contained. I love this.
Jeez.
I'm gonna shut the fuck up. Lisa, please take us on a journey. Get it on.
This is awesome.
Say it with your chest, Lisa. Let's do this.
No, I'm almost glad that Nate said there's going to be a prequel, because there's so much backstory here that just does not get explained. They just dove right into everything. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So to go back to the people I couldn't talk about before, at the very beginning with the montage scene, there's a mother and a daughter that get killed at the last second. And to be honest with you, I almost turned the movie off then. I was like, really? That was completely unnecessary. I'm done. Then it's Batista's wife who, turns. So I'm assuming that they lived somewhere near Vegas or on the Strip or something. She got infected. He managed to get himself and his daughter out after being a warrior or whatever. So I'm assuming they're going to go back and talk about all this stuff, but a lot of it just felt so abrupt. And then the baby thing. I mean, good Lord. Now that woman, the zombie queen was pregnant, that was the dumbest thing ever.
Well, they show that she was pregnant. It's pretty obvious.
Yes, it was still the dumbest thing ever. I thought that was kind of cool. It was a different take on it. It was the thing I liked about the movie is that it gave the zombies almost a society, right? There's like classes in the society. There's a social structure. There's like an alpha king, the progenitor, right? Kind of like how Dracula is has the most powers of all the vampires. Like the old vampires, kind of have like more powers, and the newer ones are kind of like weaker, but still like, right? It kind of reminded me. But didn't it just seem pointless because they were going to get nuked anyway? And they didn't do anything with their society.
They didn't know that.
Why
they were trying to have.
Well, they know a lot, but not enough.
Well, yeah, they don't know what the president's law. They probably don't get. They can't understand the TV stations, I guess, that are all reporting on it. That part was interesting to me. Does the zombie fetus die.com? The answer is yes. Zombie fetus does die. Does the kid get crushed by a shipping container? The answer is also yes on that one. Not only are they getting murdered by zombies, they also get crushed by a shipping container, which is actually probably preferable. If you got to think about it after the fact, but you can't because you're dead. Yeah. But that was there. Montage of them being like the saviors, like the running people, in and out, kind of like the zombie team 6 or whatever. That was cool and looks like a cool prequel idea, but that's probably going to be the animated movie or the animated show and not like the actual prequel movie, because that's going to be about Dieter, the German safecracker, who is I would say a highlight of the movie as well, Mitch. That was your initial question. Yeah. He's a highlight. There's good characters in this. He's a highlight. Vandero, the warrior poet type dude who has a saw. He has a zombie saw in the beginning of the movie, never uses it once. They only use the saw to get through a wall to escape after being double crossed. Yeah. I was like, that is some bull. That is Chekhov's saw.
I thought he was going to use it to kill the tiger. That's what I was expecting.
That would have been amazing. That would have been like almost a Mandy-esque kind of move there. That would have been amazing. I'm combining two Nick Cage movies, Mandy and Primal, but I'm okay with it. But no, that would have been cool. They left some stuff on the table. The plot was something. They get we got a real good actor.
The plot was nothing, Nate. What are you talking about? Something. The plot was nothing.
There was a plot. It's like, imagine if Inception had a plot and then they just kind of forgot about it. Imagine they set up Inception and then they just halfway through the movie were like, nah, never mind.
They tried to dress up a pig in a wedding dress. All right. It's still a pig. This movie at its heart, this movie was about getting money. I think I didn't mind the montage of them saving people. I thought that was fine. killing the kid with the storage container just was cheap. I kind of agree with Lisa. It did upset me, but it's like
I thought it was hilarious.
But that's okay. What tone are you going for with
Jeez,
this movie,
Nate.
right? I mean, well that's on brand, Lisa.
You're telling me this isn't hilarious? Like all these zombies are happening, and they just so happen to like drop this shipping container like perfectly right before all the zombies come in. I mean, it was just comically ridiculous how they made like that kind of that walling off of the area happen. I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Almost impossible setup. I mean,
my problem with this movie is just that they tried to just shoehorn so much shit in there. Just focus on the vault and call it a day. We don't need a zombie. You're trying to get too fancy and it's detracting from it. We don't need a zombie society. We don't need a zombie fetus and a whole like revenge storyline as part of this. All you need, people need money. Let's break in this safe. Oh, there's zombies around. That's it. You don't need
setting up
to
the larger universe. That's what.
Oh my God!
Unfortunately.
Well, guess what? Zack Snyder has a shit track record of having a universe actually come to any sort of fruition. So maybe let's just work on one and done. Work as if this is the only movie you're going to get. And
that's how you should do it, because if the movie's good, then people will want to see the stories.
You plant.
You can't explain everything.
You plant some seeds, but you don't try to. That's the problem. They try to shoehorn everything. To Lisa's point. What do we care about this daughter? And they're like, I'm not mad that you killed my mom. I'm mad that you never came back. Who gives a shit? Because Ian Batista has like no way to react to that. It's like he just heard that right then. He's like, oh well, fuck. I guess you're right. Like, what is he supposed to do with
that daughter character? Was written so poorly.
No, yeah, it was.
I could not get over it. The actress is great. I mean, she's fine. It's just they wrote her very poorly. So hold on. Let's go through this Let's go through this cast of people, right? So, and we can just throw off people we don't like anymore. So you got Dave Bautista is Scott. He's the leader of the ragtag group. His daughter's Kate. She comes along. She basically threatens to like have everyone murdered. Like, I'm gonna murder myself, or I'm gonna get people murdered if you bring me. Either way, people are dying around you. So make the choice. That was ridiculous. You got Vandero. He's the what is his specialty? I didn't even remember. He's the saw guy, but never uses the saw, so I'm not sure. They got Maria Cruz. She's in the group also. I forgot what her thing was.
I think it was just that those three.
They had been together before.
Yeah, they're just the crew. But I think normally there's like a special. Like, oh, I'm the explosion guy. Like I'm the the lady who does like the driving. Or there wasn't really there. Tig was the helicopter pilot.
Let me put it to you this way. Dave is the Vin Diesel of the group. Maria is the what's her name?
Michelle Rodriguez.
Michelle Rodriguez of the group.
Yeah, she's Michelle Rodriguez. That's
Amari is going to be the Luda of the group, and that's just the crew.
He's a better Luda.
Sure. But that's the crew. They're all they're family.
They are family.
I don't know. I don't know a good Vin Diesel, but and then everyone gets like a role. But after that, that's just the family. That's the core.
Yeah. So you got Tig. She's the helicopter pilot. You got Dieter, who's the German safecracker guy. So those guys are important because they're trying to get into a safe and they need to fly out of there because there's a lot of zombies. Okay, fine. Everyone else is kind of generic Marine-esque. Then you got Martin, who's the guy who's like
Martin.
Yeah, Martin. He's for you Burn Notice fans, he was Simon in Burn Notice.
I can't take Garrett. Look, Garrett Dillahunt was in Last House on the Left. And
I don't care.
But here's my problem.
Burn Notice.
No, for me, it's Raising Hope, where he's an idiot.
Me too.
And the problem is I can't get over his character in Raising Hope to take him as any sort of villain.
If you watch Burn Notice, he's a lot closer to his Burn Notice character in this movie than that.
Oh, is he?
I'm assuming.
He's a lot closer to his Last House on the Left character too.
Okay, well that's true. And then you just got to waste it. I mean, this is the second movie we've seen. Mitch, we've seen almost no movies this year, right? And we got the Hiroyuki Sanada in this movie and the dad / helper in Mortal Kombat. That's right. He's been in 2 this garbage movies. This amazing Japanese actor.
I know.
He's like
Scorpion. He's like, look, I gotta go back and film my other Scorpion scene. Let's just get my stuff done early.
Army of the Dead and Scorpion, like what? And he's basically Ken Watanabe from Inception. He's the same character in this movie. Yeah, almost exactly the same character, except he's not on an airplane with them. Other than that, it's almost the same deal. Instead of stealing someone's ideas or memories, he wants them to steal cash. It's almost the same thing. That's basically. And then they sacrifice a guy, like the worst ice guard ever, basically. And then there's a couple other people who are there.
Hey, you're leaving out McAllen, Texas's own Raul Castillo.
Yeah, he's Mikey.
He's from McAllen?
Yeah, he's from McAllen, which is, for people not familiar, that's very close to Houston.
It's not that. What? It's on the border, like by the border of Mexico. It's not that close.
It's relatively close.
It's in Texas.
Isn't it over by No. I'm thinking it's different.
Literally almost on the border of.
But it's close to where I think Lisa, I think you have some family kind of near that area.
Yeah, I do have family there.
Yeah,
my mom literally went to elementary school there.
Okay, Nate. So
so did my mom.
Today, oh wow. Well,
did we just become best friends?
We did, at the exclusion of Mitch, by the way.
That's fine. You know what? I'm okay with that. No, but I mean, I liked him. But the problem was he was just more of a caricature than anything. But it was fine.
He was the most one-dimensional.
He was basically the Fortnite dude. Like, I mean, he was a Fortnite character practically.
He was
which is fine. I actually don't mind that. That's the problem. They needed more of just that. We got way too much backstory on people that we didn't really need in this movie.
The movie was not fun. It was not a fun movie. It was more of a grim, not grim, but it was like it was happy. It was a serious, a little bit downbeat kind of take on it, which is an interesting way to go. I think a lot of people, I don't know. I mean, you got all these movies where there's like nothing serious and people don't care for it. And they went the other direction, and you can't. Maybe you could balance the two, but you can't win if you go. One direction.
I don't know that I fully agree. I don't fully disagree either. I think the problem with me, I thought, was that I think they tried to have it too many ways. Because I think you're right. They were serious at times, and they were really trying to where the coyote's being real like serious, and everyone's got furrowed brows, and but then there was like time when they're all just like bullshitting around and all that, and it's like, I don't know, tonally it was kind of I don't think they quite knew what they wanted. They were.
You gotta have the levity before things get.
But this was different than just having random like spots of levity. This was like the tone literally changed in like long stretches of scenes and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, kind of like Aliens, where they're all bullshitting and then the shit hits the fan. They're like,
it felt different than that. It just didn't work.
I'm not gonna say this movie's Aliens.
No, well, I would.
Not gonna make that comparison.
Could not give two shits less about Gita and her kids. Wasted plot. Wasted story. We could have gotten rid of the daughter and Gita. That whole plot could have just been dropped out of the movie, and it would not have affected a thing.
Lisa, imagine this. Imagine that you're a volunteer at one of the kind of the quarantine camps, and they're keeping people there against their will. It's pretty rough, because they're worried about the zombie infection, even though it's happened a long time ago and they're not zombies. They kind of have like an ICE detention center kind of deal, quarantine area right outside Las Vegas, and there's people who are like struggling, undocumented immigrants, and they go in with this coyote lady who gets them in, this whole kind of much more well outfitted crew. And she's like, I want to go in and try to look for her. I mean, at the detriment of all these other people trying to do everything, including my dad. And this person has about 1,000% chance of being dead. Would you have made that call? Would you have tried to go in for somebody?
I don't know.
Like, see you, Dad. See you when you come back. I'll have the coffee. Going. Like,
honestly, I probably would have gone to take care of the kids, but
yeah, I agreed. Everyone's just like, yeah, these kids their mom's not here. oh well.
Peace.
hang tight, kiddos. We'll figure it out. Like,
yeah, it was something.
They were evacuating it. Someone should stay with the kid while they were evacuating the camp, because now we don't even know where the damn kids are. He's going to be wandering around like what fort?
It was rough. It was a rough scenario. I mean, they sacrificed, the rapist quarantine guard guy, which I think everyone saw coming about 5 miles away. So the thing about the zombies is that they'll let you go. The smart alpha zombies will let you go around in Las Vegas doing whatever you want, as long as you give them like a sacrifice they can turn into one of their fast zombie people. So that's,
which, I mean, you're not even,
something.
Presumably you're not even giving them your best and brightest.
Yeah, they don't care who you give. So I guess in theory you could use that as a bargain.
I guess I thought it was relatively interesting that they were doing their different casts of zombies based on who bit who.
There's different classes. Yeah. So the main guy bites you, you are a fast, smarter-ish zombie. If that person bites you, you're a shambler, slow zombie. And if a shambler bites you, you also turn into a slow zombie. So there's obviously by far way more slow zombies, and then it's kind of like,
See, I think
what did you think about the hibernation zombies?
Oh, that was kind of cool.
Or the dehydrated, wait until it rains, rehydrate zombies.
That was also cool. I liked both of those things. No? I thought it was cool. Okay, Mitch didn't care for
it. Again, I like the traditional zombies. Here's my problem. I don't mind the different zombies. I think there should have just been different types at the start and not just like one fucking General Zod zombie, right? Like he's... There was this whole like alpha, and then they changed. They should have just been like, if you got bit by a fast zombie, you became a fast zombie. You got bit by a slow one, you turned into a slow one. It could have been different strains of this virus, right? Or whatever. I don't know. It really lost me with this like nonsensical like triumvirate. Like they're in top of Caesar's palace or whatever, and he's over here like with his whole like horde of people that they're all communicating and having like. I'm still thrown off by him having a zombie fetus. It weird. It doesn't. They're dead. I don't understand. I don't know. Nate, I feel like I've lost you.
No, I thought it was interesting. Yeah,
I did. I don't think it was handled well. I think they were just trying to put too much. Maybe if they had taken out the bullshit with Gita and the daughter, and maybe had used that time to flesh that whole thing out a little bit.
You just don't get the subtle nuance and complexity of Zack Snyder's.
Who gives a shit? This movie is built on people are trying to break into they're trying to Ocean's 11 this shit. Just focus on that. That's plenty. You got plenty of shit to do. You've got enough like Vegas sight gags, because the only like zombie film in Vegas I think was Resident Evil, one of the like the later Resident Evils, and by that point it's not even. It's just a desert. They're not doing shit anyway. They're just filming in a desert. You had plenty of stuff you could have done. The whole montage really got me excited, because I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. I want to see a whole horde of just zombie Elvises just chasing down Batista. Like so much of that shit would have been great.
But like I said, this movie was in general more serious. Yeah, it was more of a serious film.
Just shoving too much shit in there. Just too much filler. Not enough meat. I don't know.
Yeah, Lisa, what do you think about the length? Like, how much do you think they could have cut out of this?
A lot.
Okay, so
it drags a lot in the middle.
Okay.
Like Dieter's my favorite, but I felt like we actually spent an entire half hour waiting for the safe to crack.
Yeah.
They're just sitting around watching TV. They're just like, oh, okay, I guess we're gonna go watch the news. Call us when you're ready.
Well, they had to see that they're moving up the nuclear bombing somehow, so they had to watch the TV to
I know that, but
it's a serious movie, blah blah blah. But then get ready, because the president wants to nuke Las Vegas on the 4th of July.
Because hey, people love fireworks. I love it.
Yeah, that was something. And then like, never mind. I got some pushback.
This is like if Independence Day.
I'm gonna move it up a day.
This is like Independence Day, but instead of Bill Pullman, it's Randy Quaid. That's the president.
Yeah, that's cool. That sounds very accurate.
So let's look. We've been talking about this. Let's get into this ending real quick. So Martin is trying to steal a whole head of a zombie. It doesn't.
Plot twist. That was the whole point, man.
And doesn't just leave. Like, it's like, let me just carry this around me while I go back. Like, just leave. The coyote's already in on it. She can just lead you back and just leave the people with the vault there. It's
no, because they got pissed off because they killed her. So they had to actually leave with the helicopter. That actually did make sense. Because now their deal was forfeit. So going all the way back would actually have not worked. That actually
I thought they were back where they got her.
No, but they'd already gone in.
Didn't they walk all the way back?
No, they'd already gone in a certain ways, like in past the wall to get to there. And those are fast zombies. They probably,
maybe I'll give you that.
Helicopter made a little bit more sense, I think, in that scenario. But it's a dumb plan. Why don't they just make the plan? Give me a zombie head and I'll give you $200
Was
million.
anyone upset about them? Like if he had just taken a zombie head, like no one
would have cared in that.
Like this group doesn't give a shit. That's what I mean. They're like, why is there a whole betrayal arc? There didn't need to be. No one would have cared.
Absolutely not.
That's what I mean. They were trying to get way too much.
That was too much. That guy gets killed by a zombie tiger. Very Revenant-esque.
That was pretty badass. That scene was pretty badass.
Yeah, that scene was badass.
That was the worst.
And that guy just kept calling the zombie tiger an abomination. What's the difference between a zombie tiger and a zombie person? I'm more concerned about the zombie person. The tiger is just a tiger. A person is an actual person.
Nothing really changed with the zombie tiger. It was basically the same.
What was but he seemed very upset about it because he was going to then get written later to have been killed by it. So that made sense, I guess. He gets other people killed beforehand because they're like not trusting his motives. So he just gets, one of the ladies killed, which is unfortunate. And then everyone just starts dying. So then basically everyone just starts dying, almost like Hamlet at the end. Some people.
In like the dumbest way. Like, okay, I mean, or the most cliche dumb ways. So Maria and Scott are like, we should have been together, blah blah. And they're like, I love you. Yeah. And then immediately
get all the zombies because of you.
And then she immediately gets her head snapped, dead.
Yes.
Then like people are just getting shot to death. I mean, it's just real dumb. I mean, it's fine if people are kind of dying off, but it was just kind of like.
Well, I liked a couple of things about the ending. One, the safecracker guy opens the safe. They're trying to load all the money in. But then because the pregnant queen was killed by the guy, working for the dude who sent him in there, right? They, the zombies then go, break off their mini truce because they gave him that sacrifice guy and start going after him, right? So then, the zombie alpha king guy snaps the neck of Maria. That was sad because her neck stayed backward and like you saw it, like you fully saw it. And I was like, dang, that was kind of cool actually.
The kill itself was good. It was just like
they end up with almost no money in the end, which is unfortunate. And the German safecracker guy, Dieter, closes the other guy in the vault, and you're going, okay, well, that guy's dead. He's trapped in a huge vault. Oh. But if a nuclear bomb is coming, that vault is probably the best place to be. So it worked out. I thought that was that was kind of cool how that actually happened.
The vault thing was fine.
I thought that was cool. And then
I didn't mind the Indiana Jonesing of the vault, except for the fact that it's like they microwaved a hand and the zombie's like, oh, let me do that instead of
absolutely
instead of the 4 living people right next to me.
No, because this is hot. I want that.
Why didn't they just roll his ass forward and see
I can have some lukewarm tea. I can get that hot tea. Like
so dumb.
Like here's some pizza that was left out 3 days ago, or
This conversation is already dropping my score.
It's DiGiorno, and then just walk toward these vault traps.
Yeah,
it was something. And then at the end, they make it up to the roof, or the helicopter. Tig is not there, and then she swoops in and gets some blah blah. The coyote lady who got a conscience at the end of the movie, gets murdered. Everybody just gets murdered except Dave Bautista, his daughter, and Tig.
And Gita.
Oh, and Gita, I guess. Yeah, that's true. They got Gita. They got Gita.
The really important person.
Important person.
The subplot that you were so thrilled with that you don't even remember they survived.
That's right. I barely even remembered that Gita made it. Yeah, who cares? Wait, did she make it out? Was she alive? No.
Yeah. She was alive because she was there when. Okay, so there's So the main zombie guy, which we haven't really talked about, but let's just very briefly.
The zombie king. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Fucking, where does he find a fucking 300 mask to stop bullets? Don't know.
He knows.
He's found a cape. Why a zombie gives a shit?
Okay, the more you're talking about it, the better I'm feeling about the movie. Zombie cape? Oh, I'm in. This is Mitch. This is Mitchman. That's Mitchman, and I'm SuperNate.
Oh my god!
Fighting the battle against each other. I'm the zombie.
We're gonna find out our moms have the same names, or Actually, in this case, it might be our dads.
Did your mom go to school in McAllen, Texas? Also, what? No way. Oh, that could be it. That could be it. We still gotta stop fighting.
He somehow can jump 500 feet over into a moving helicopter to attack everyone.
It was a pretty far jump. It kind of reminded me of Morpheus in the Matrix.
A little bit, yeah.
100 feet instead of 15 feet.
So bad.
It was something. And then of course there's a nuclear bomb. So the helicopter crashes. I mean, that made sense. And then Dave Bautista, another twist, he was actually bitten. So zombie time.
What a twist. He just legit got bit.
The daughter has to put down the dad, but he smuggled out $200K so she can go to college. So that's nice. That's nice of him.
I'm glad they reconciled too. She was saying, I love you, Dad. And even though she was like, I hate you forever, but now not because you're dead.
Because you gave me money, I really appreciate it.
And because you gave you money, yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
What do you think about the ending, Lisa? Mitch hated it. I thought it was okay-ish. What did you think?
It was bad.
Oh, bad. Yeah.
Yeah. It was then that I started calling it. I was like, before they even took off, I was like, Batista's dying. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing was.
He's going to have to kill him. Okay.
Nothing was particular.
Then let's talk about this not post-credit scenes.
Oh, I didn't see. I always stop.
Well, this wasn't really a post-credit, but.
It wasn't a post-credit scene.
I was hoping there was going to be one like in Dawn of the Dead. No, this one was, so because he was in a vault that was totally covered in lead, Vandero got out of the vault unscathed. Although, I mean, radiation poisoning, I would assume. I mean, I don't think you just walk out like right after a bomb and be like, cool, I'm good. But that's
really
neither here nor there. He takes a whole bunch of money, decides to rent a jet, which sure, why not?
Go to Mexico, baby.
He's going to Mexico City, and then he got bit, and the movie ends.
But he changes in a different way because it was a lot longer than a normal zombie. So
I think
I don't know something where did the radiation cause his thing to change?
That would be
there was something happening there.
Nate, here's the thing. That is a very intelligent and insightful observation, which means that's absolutely not what's going to happen. That's actually not what they intended. No, I just think he didn't change quick enough because he wasn't dead quick enough, right? Like I don't know the change. We never really actually see anyone legit change too much except for the very beginning, and those guys are so brutal.
Changes.
Yeah, but he was already like shot and pretty much mortally injured without just the bite, right? Like, you know, because of the helicopter crash and all that.
I think they said people changing they change in like hours or something. I think that's what they said in the movie at some point. There's a lot of exposition, so I'm almost positive I remember.
I thought that the length time may have just been because Batista was more mortally wounded than Van Der Rohe was. Like he was just.
No, I think this is supposed to be something different. And I read in another thing, Mitch, that there was a robot zombie in this movie.
Oh, there were several robot zombies where they're like sparks.
What was that?
Stupid. It's fucking stupid is what it was, Nate. Robot zombies. Are you shitting me?
If there was more,
you know what? I'd forgotten about the robot zombies.
I'm in on that.
I'm all full pit. Man, my score.
There are robots among the zombies. Most I think are not robots.
The only thing plummeting faster. The only thing plummeting to the ground faster than that helicopter is my score for this movie because it is. You know, it's.
This is the Chappie zombie sequel that we all needed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
All right, look. That's the spoilers. So if you didn't watch this movie,
watch the movie because we went through like a quarter of it. There's so much movie to get into it. We barely got into it. To be honest,
none you need to care about. Let's get into the final cut.
Final cut.
All right, Mitch goes first.
This movie sucks. 3 out of 10 Liberace zombie tigers. It sucks. This movie's bad. I don't like it. You know, I love Batista, and Batista is maybe 2.5 of those points. And then the other half is Tig and Dieter. And Zombie Tiger is cool. Other than that, this is real dumb. Real fucking dumb. So much stupid shit that didn't need to be in this movie that it just got ham-fisted in there. Why? Just make it Ocean's 11 with zombies. It writes itself. You don't need to reinvent the wheel with this. You're not trying to. Don't try to. This is the problem with DCU. Way too much random bullshit gets shoved in there because we're trying to all like build this huge world all at once. Marvel worked because they were able to do an individual film that stood alone on its own and build up from that. Do that individual film, allow there to be more organic development of the world, and then boom, you have your universe. Stop trying to just like shove everything right up someone's ass at the very first showing. Yeah, 3 out of 10. I feel like that's generous, honestly. Honestly, I was not this incensed watching this movie, but talking through it for the last hour has really riled me up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were okay when we watched it.
I was okay, and I have since just the more I've thought about it, and
were Mitch's eyes bloodshot during the movie? Like, what? I want to see what.
Maybe I got bit. I don't know.
Yeah, you got bit. It's a slow turn. I don't know.
Some horse shit. All right. It doesn't even matter. Who wants to go next? I don't even know. Lisa, why don't you go?
No, Nate.
All right, Nate, go.
You know, the more I was starting maybe like a 3-4, and I kind of went up a little bit as we were talking.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Why am I not surprised? This is Jesus. Well, it was already a 3. It was already 3 points just for like 2 kids getting murdered, or 2 like, and it was 2.5 for a kid and then 1/2 for a fetus getting murdered in this
zombie
movie.
Fetus. So, yeah, zombie fetus.
You know, so there's that.
There were a lot of Zack Snyder is very frustrating because man, all the premises are so good, like so good, and then when it happens, you're just like, really, like is that?
Come on, man.
I mean, still some cool stuff, but yeah, you know, I don't know. And then when the credits happened, they're like all this pink, like kind of fun lettering, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be like a fun zombie movie. And then, like I said, there's some fun parts, but it's very serious throughout most of the film. Which was odd. I will not say it's good. I will say it is mediocre. Batista was good. Dieter was good. Tig was very good, man. Considering what she had to do for this.
No, fair. I'm short selling Tig, but only because
she's not in the movie a ton. To be fair, either.
Yeah,
she does some good work by herself, which is kind of awesome. She was definitely a highlight of the film. I think most people are like, oh yeah, Tig was definitely a standout. Zombie Tiger, zombie cape. There's random robots in there, which I love. Throw them in, baby. Loved it. There's the double crosses are unnecessary. You could cut
all of it's unnecessary, Nate.
You could have cut about 30 to 40 minutes out of the movie, absolutely no problem, and made it a tighter film. That said, I think, like I said, there's some positives. This is right middle of the road. I can't believe I'm giving it this high, but I'm gonna go 5 out of 10. 5 out. Mitch can't believe it.
I'm beside myself. Did you literally just rate this higher than Zodiac?
Probably.
Some days I hate you. I just want that on the record. Some days I don't know why we're friends. I question so much of my life choices.
This movie was dumb. It was definitely dumb, but I don't know. There were like these little nuggets of things that I really like. I enjoyed, like with like a snap crackle pop, like, whoa, look at that cool thing. And then it was like, okay. And then like, oh, there's another kind of thing. Maybe that's, I don't know why I'm ready to get so high, but I'm just going to stick with it. Why not?
Lisa, bring common sense and rationality back to this discussion, please.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I rated this and Zodiac the same. That's right.
Wow.
Don't at me.
I'm going to throw SuperNate out the window. I'm so angry right now. I'm glad SuperNate's not right next to me because I'd be punching him right now.
Yeah.
Lisa, go ahead.
So highlights of this movie that we've already said, but I'll say it again. Batista, Tig Notaro, Dieter was great. I know Nate hates the redoing of the music, but I actually really love it.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Having Richard Cheese in the beginning, who Zack Snyder also used.
Richard Cheese.
We didn't even talk about that.
That was
yeah. All right.
Really well done. Having him sing over the whole montage scene, having Zombie play at the end. I really liked that. So those were the highlights. There was a lot of low points too, but you guys got to remember my perspective. You've made me watch a ton of really, really terrible shit. So in the grand scheme of things, this wasn't that bad. So I'm going to probably give it a 4 out of 10 decapitated zombie heads.
A2.
It was fine.
A2, Lisa. What is this? Just because your parents went to McAllen doesn't mean y'all have to.
Oh my God.
The McAllen
connection.
The sad part is, and I think both of you said it, is the premise for this was like amazing. So genius. It was like, this is going to be great. And then they flubbed it up so bad. So
I think that I give more credit to the ideas in the movie sometimes. Maybe that's the difference. Because I came into this like, okay, zombies, heist, Vegas, Batista. I'm like, all right, this is all sounding great. And then, the ideas, weren't executed well in the actual film, but the ideas there are, in other hands, could have been amazing. Yeah, it's frustrating for sure with this guy.
Well, there you have it. So, I mean, I think we're all saying maybe. Well, y'all are saying watch it. I'm saying sure.
I'm saying if you're already paying for Netflix,
Yeah, fair. Don't go out. Don't go get Netflix for this movie. I think that's.
I would agree. I would agree with that sentiment. Yes.
Yes. Otherwise, though, but there you go. All right, Nate, where can they find us?
You can find us as always. Send us an email, TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com. Give us a phone call, 346-246-3143. Let us know what you think about SuperNate. You got to check out the YouTube to see what it looks like. It is disturbing. So please send all of the messages directly to Mitch going, why is this happening? I might be one of them. I might send an email to our own email account going, why did this happen? Did my identity get stolen? Who knows? At TX Pod Massacre on Twitter, Texas Podcast Massacre, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere else. We're on all your podcast platforms. Give us a 5-star review and put a movie in there, and we will do that movie. making a fast zombie movie just for Mitch because he doesn't like those as much. So
still better. Look, still better than Gretel and Hansel. So I'll
Gretel and Hansel, Human Centipede 1, 2, or 3.
No, no,
any of those.
Oh, no one wants to watch 3.
Final sequence.
No one's seen 3. No one. The same people that have seen 3 are probably the same people that think Gretel and Hansel was a good movie. And I don't want anything to do with them. You know what? If you're one of those people in that really small Venn diagram, I'm okay.
Send us a message. Let us know if you are the Gretel and Hansel Human Centipede. Gretel and Centipede.
The Gretel and Hansel Human Centipede?
I don't know. There's a witch. There's Gretel. There's Hansel. You can make a human centipede out of that. Let us know if that's something you want to talk about on our voicemail or email. Yeah, we got more new movies coming this month. So stay tuned for those movies in the theater. We're going to see them. Some of them are still on streaming, but most of them are actually in the theater for a few of them. So it's pretty awesome.
There you go. That was something, Nate. Lisa, yes. Thank you so much for putting up with this one. We've got some new movies still to come through. So it's gonna be a fun month. Like I'm just excited to see new films. We've been bereft of new stuff. So
things aren't getting delayed anymore. They're actually going to come out. Awesome.
It's good. And you know what? Fantastic Fest is going to be in person this year. We're going to be in a movie theater again. I know.
We're in a movie theater like 30 some times.
It's going to be.
Think about that. Oh, so good. So good.
Praise be. So from all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre, thank you so much for tuning in. And just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.